for this road part. We'll see when we go back. Actually, we should have maybe gone in, and actually let's do that instead. I was gonna say we go back, but we could go in and again turn around here, so we can just drive it the other way around. But yeah, it got significantly better by just what I just did. I think you can also see it. There's way less of those bumps here now. There's like a few of them, of course, but in comparison a lot less. There's maybe less gravel on this very last part of it. Like all in all, there's probably less stuff on this side. You can probably see there's like more stuff missing on the very right side than there is on the middle. So we could bring in more of it from the pile. But I don't know if we need to, because we could again order some more and they should probably be able to put it down. Put it down here. And I guess there's like it's still sort of wider on this side. Pushing action. I wonder if Skelly is watching. Skelly was supposed to be here for this. Also unluck it wasn't a fight. Unlurk. It's now back from the shadows. Can't believe it wasn't a fight. I was gonna ask if you bet on the right person, but never mind then. Can't believe you would lie about it. Trying to make yourself appear like mysterious and cool with there's fights happening around me. I can feel maybe from the lack of speech that I'm sort of focusing when I'm doing this. But yeah, I'm doing basically the same thing I did when going towards the front yard. Now I'm doing it the same thing, but on the towards the back of the plot. Try to even this out. So for here you can see the side. It's a bit uneven, so going up and down this thing would be like a bumpy road, so I think I'll just try to push this thing to be more or less even. Like so. Then I guess we'll see how it turned out. Actually, to me it looks really good. You guys can of course give your opinions. Some animal got in the bins and people were trying to find it. Oh, I see. That's still interesting that it sounds the same as when people are fighting. So Nat redeemed show us the Avant. Can't believe it. We were just talking about that beforehand. I can't believe you're coming in afterwards. I will show you the Avant. In just a second. I will drive it here then first. Also, Rick coming in with 3 minutes of Finnish is diabolical. Surely you weren't put to do that by Nat. Surely not. There used to be fights every week like 10-15 years ago. Now it's safe. Can't believe this. You should start them back up. Now, what does that mean? You should start them back up. Nat, what the hell, Nat? Okay, I'll do 3 minutes finish with Scoopy then. This was again squeaky noises. No.
Oh, no, it is that.
Yes. Ja 3 minuuttia suomeksi.
No niin, avattia suomeksi. Oi. Sieltä tulee. Oho. Mä luulin, että se sinne kuule jää jummiin. Bonk. Ei pysty skuppaan sitä.
You got angry, guys. It's too much of a uphill battle here, guys. Can't believe you made it that steep. Sorry, I was supposed to be in Finnish, so I'll just restart.
Nyt kuule vaan.
Tunti turpaa. Jahas. No ja 3 minuuttia alkoi nyt. Nyt alkoi. Mä vannon veli. Viikoittaiset taistelut. Ja niin totta. Joo, ehkä se liittyy siihen. Totta. Joo, ketäks sun pitää aloittaa semmoset kun on gladiaattorihipat siellä. Gladiaattoritaistelut. Mutta niin, tämä oli tosiaan. Pistäisin venisteriin. Mutta se ei pysty edes kävelemään. Tähän tämä tarkoittaa.
Venisteriin niin, ettei pysty kävelemään.
Pysty venisteriin kävelemään. Kerro minulle, jos tiedät jonkun, joka pystyy lyömään. Nätillä on varmaan kyllä. Täältä tulisi tuntiturpuliini, jos vaan. Vihasena. Pitääkö se laittaa sinne penkille? Se voi täällä olla.
Siinä on.
Ottaa vähän aurinkoa. Vähän arskaa. Vähän kuule arskaa. Dieseliä tekisi mieli. Näkyykö se mulle kameralla? Tämä. Mikähän mahtaa olla se nipa, millä sen saa rasvattua tuon puomi eteen ja taakse, kun se tuntuu pitää vääntää, että sinne pitäisi laittaa. Pitää katsoa se siitä ohjesta. Jos trimin jälkeen vähän rasvaileepi sitä. Semmoset sieltä. 3 minuuttia vielä kuule. Vielä on minuutti vähän reilu jäljellä.
Rottia kyyvissä siellä.
Ei. Vähän se nirskutuu puomi, mutta ne on ulkopuolella. Ulkopuolella. Tämä.
Taisin kantaa kaikki kivet pois.
Oho, kova.
Pistetäänkö ne rauhat kaikki kans tohon?
Joo, ne vois olla vaan joko jomalakummalla puolella sillä, että ne erottuu sieltä. Mut joo, kyllä nekin tulee tuosta. Joo, kyllä niitä varmaan muutama kerralla pystyy vähintäänkin kantamaan sitä. Kiivetäänpä takas tänne hyttiin. Mutta niin, tie alkaa olemaan aika hyvällä mallilla. Äkkiseltä ainakin kohtuu tasasta jo. Mä tiedä silti se voi, että se näyttää kameralle vielä paremmalta kuin mitä se oikeesti on. Mikä on tietenkin mulle hyvä. Ja on toki hyvä asia. Taivas on sininen. Mikä on näti huominen päivän suomenkielinen sana? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ja sieltä. There we go. 3 minutes of Finnish, guys. What the hell is this about Winisteri not being able to walk? What the hell, guys? What have you done to Winisteri? Is the angle he likes to photograph due to him being like in that angle? Like, is there like a correlation between these two things? Not maybe a causation, but you know, correlation. But yeah, guys, how is the road looking? What rating would you give for the road? Also, thank you, Rick, for the 3 minutes of finish. Surely you enjoyed all of it. I also forgot it was on and had to restart it, so apologies for that. That was on me. That was on me. Also, Rick, when are you gonna buy an Avant? Road is solid 8 out of 10. 2 out of 10, road not flat enough. I feel like I can easily see who is the number one, at least trying to be the number one hater here. And who is just like, straight up a mellow dude. Also, Ketak, what do you know about roads not being flat enough? What the hell? What the hell, guys? Can't believe it. Exact same timing as well. One coming in with 8 out of 10 and immediately the missing 2 were found. I know a lot. I work at the state government agencies that build state roads. So I feel like that would mean you know the opposite of a lot, because I feel like the ones building the roads are know maybe the least amount. Or is that diabolical to say? From the state of roads, generally speaking. Because I was already gonna say that don't you work for government, so you would have the least amount of things to say about this. Surely. Are the roads in Australia like good? I feel like no one ever praises their own roads. But maybe Australia will be different. I guess you guys would have like crazy amount of roads though, so since you guys are like, the country is so massive. So I feel like if anyone would need to know about the roads, it would be you guys. No, that's pretty true. Potholes everywhere. You're right, our roads also suck, can't believe this. There's a guy who made a social media career purely from filming potholes. That sounds diabolical. I also feel like that checks out. I feel like regardless of the country you could do that. I don't think we have it bad in like comparison to many other places. But still, of course, people complain about it. Now I feel like it's not like you shouldn't complain if something's wrong, even if someone else has it even worse than you do. I feel like that's a poor excuse. Like a flawed logic, being like, yeah, you can't complain, someone has it worse than you do. Like, yeah, someone will always have it worse than we do. That's not the competition, guys. That's the opposite of what we're trying to compete with. I have to say, I'm feeling like this is turning out quite nice. I don't know if surprisingly nice is the right word, because that would mean that I had like zero faith in my abilities, but it wouldn't be too far from the truth. The side here, I'm slightly worried that I will just drive in there and get stuck. Our roads cross over in every direction, it's a mess. Sydney in particular is nightmare to drive in. True, some places don't even have roads. Yeah, I guess. But again, I feel like Sydney it would be like large enough place that you would have like both decent roads and then diabolical roads. But yeah, I think I sent Nat you a reel of like some road in Sydney from what I understood, because there was like a reel about this road being like, I guess it was like nostalgic or like something else for the people. So that was confusing to me. I don't even remember what the road was. We need to add some asphalt. That's diabolical if you guys don't have asphalt in there. Diabolical, guys. What is this? What year are we living in? What year are you on? Some places don't even have roads. It's diabolical. Sometimes I find it funny that in Western Europe the roads the Romans built are better quality than the modern roads. Yeah, there's like, I'm assuming you know about the concrete the Romans made was better than what we have like modern concrete, and there's like actual science behind why that is. That was also like interesting to me, at least, because they had like, I think it was limestone or something mixed into the concrete they had, so it's like self-repairing because of it. But I think some of the the Roman roads that they built like million years ago, I think some of that stuff also isn't like heavily used, because it's like in city centers and stuff, so can't really compare that to like a road that you would have trucks and stuff going on. Unlike the popular, I feel like the popular mindset would be that roads like to be used. I feel like roads maybe don't like to be used that much, guys. Guys, I'm wildly, I'm crazy sideways here at times. That's looking decent. Again, I have touched something on the phone. Self-healing concrete. Yeah, that's apparently a thing the Romans found out. Like the limestone thingy in it, like sort of fixes some of the damage that can happen to it. You can look that up. I swear I'm not making that up. I swear, guys. I'm afraid I will smack my van. I think in terms of lot of development, I feel like Australia is still stuck in the 1930s. I feel like that's I feel like a shared sentiment with many other countries too. Because here, at least, I feel like the amount of tax the people driving like with cars and stuff have to pay in comparison to how much of those tax euros are then going back into the maintenance of the roads and stuff. It's diabolical. So there's a lot of people like with cars and stuff demanding that we need to start putting more money on the roads, because we're like collecting so much money from the roads. We don't have like roads you have to pay to drive on, but the fuel and then just the car tax and stuff is outrageous. I remember my boss saying that in Finland you're basically evading taxes if you don't own a car and drive it regularly, because the amount of expenses tied to having a car is something else. It's wild. So you're basically doing tax evasion just by not having one. And I feel like that's actually quite well said. It's like, of course, exaggerating a bit, but it's like a whole other income tax. Another level of tax on top of your tax. As we're evening it out now, doing the small little tweaks on it. All the government should maintain the roads, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Self-healing concrete is insane, yeah. I actually didn't read that first. Yeah, the water reacts with the limestone and forms calcium crystals. Yeah, okay, so that's the thing, yeah. I can confirm. Very nice, Ketak. Coming in with the science behind it. Very good. Because again, it's been enough time that I hadn't saved those details into any way in my brain. But yeah, guys, we need like a before and after, because I feel like the road is forming really nicely. And if you guys remember, the before was just like a few hills here and there, like a pile at the end and stuff. They also need to get street lights fixed. So many areas that aren't lit up at night. Yeah, that's something we have here as well. This is why I don't drive car, please. How much do you pay for a car excluding the car price? It varies a lot, because in here we have like, there's actually like a big debate, like, I don't know, not a debate, but there's like a big difference whether the car you're using is a diesel or like a petrol one. So that's the first big question I would have for you, is like, do we consider diesel or petrol cars? Because it used to be that diesel, the fuel, was a lot cheaper. A lot cheaper than petrol was. But you had to pay like a flat tax yearly for having a diesel car. Now the petrol and diesel prices are almost neck to neck, but you still have that flat fee for owning a diesel car. So for example, the van has like a smaller diesel tax because it's considered a utility vehicle, so it's like a working vehicle, so vans are excluded on that. They still have to pay it, but it's a lot smaller than what the cars would have. So let's say like my friend Seman Forak, he had like a 7 Series BMW diesel one. That was 700 euros-ish per year, just the diesel tax. In addition, of course, you have all the insurance and stuff, which is like maybe 500-600 euros a year. Depending on if you have like the insurance to cover like if you're at fault or if it's just for like someone rams into you and stuff. Because you have to have like a driving insurance type of thing, but you don't have to have like a insurance for if you mess it up. So that's like optional. I mean, like to pay for your side, I guess that's what I mean by the if you mess it up. Because if you have like an insurance that covers your fault, it means that it will cover you a new car or like a similar valued car. If you mess it up, in other cases you only like pay for the other person involved. Meaning if you crash a car, the other person will always get theirs, but you might be left with no car after that. And then of course the fuel prices, as you know, is a bit crazy. So at the moment they're like 2 to 2.5 euros per liter on the fuel. But yeah, then I think there's like, when you buy a car, there's also like crazy taxes on that. I think one of the highest. Because I know that, for example, in Sweden they calculate the car tax differently. So you have the tax, I think, from the base price of the car, or like whatever you're buying, I guess car in this instance. And if you buy any like additional gear for it, let's say you like improve the sound system or something like that, those aren't taxed. But here you get the tax for the end result, like whatever you used for it. So meaning that most of the cars here are like just the basic models, because the taxes are quite high. And then the taxes are based on the I was going to say exhaustion, but yeah, basically the CO2 emissions. So electric cars are cheaper on the car tax. But yeah, just the running costs are like easily 1,000 a year without driving a meter in most cases. But yeah, combine that with the rather steep fuel prices as well. I'll check up on chat just a second, guys. There we go. One more round down. I feel like we can't really improve on it too much anymore. There's like a few bumps in there, but nothing really bad. Like nothing that would actually matter for if you're like either putting some, like pulling something or carrying something or whatever. None of these bumps that we have here would matter for any of that. So this is all solid now. There's no sinking here. Let's see. Let's see. This is why I don't drive. Yeah, I think I'm up somewhere here. Yeah, that's the question. How much do you pay for a car, excluding the car price? So yeah, I think it's easily 1,000 a year without driving a meter. Because there's also like the parking spots, especially in the cities, like where you live. If you live in an apartment, you could have like maybe 50 euros a month just for the parking spot and stuff. So it depends a lot on like the occasion. I feel like it's impossible to get around Sydney without a car. Oh, interesting. I would assume Sydney would be like large enough city that the public transportation would work. But yeah, Josh is saying, I'm pro walking and public transport. I wish our public transport was better. TFNSV sucks. Footpath region buff. For me the buses are the worst, but trains are passable. Metro now outranks the train, I feel. In here we only have like subway in like metro only in the capital area. So in like Oulu region here we have like buses. And the buses work well for going south to north in Oulu region. But going like west to east is already harder. And not being like anywhere near the south-north, actually it's gonna be hard. But the buses themselves, I feel like they work decently here. I think everyone always says that the only place in Finland where the public transportation works is the capital area, and I don't know, I haven't been to capital area enough to know. But I've never had any complaints here in the Oulu region either. The times I've used the public transport, that is. Oh my god, I hate buses so much. Metro is much needed upgrade, but we're still lagging behind places like Hong Kong and stuff. Yeah, I feel like in many cities they would have to have like planned for that really early for it to like make really good sense. Because in here in Oulu region they actually dug down like deep underground underneath the city, and they made like parking lots there. And that was like a massive project, and there's now like 1,000 parking lots, maybe something like that. At least like 500 parking spaces underneath the city, and there's like elevators you can take upwards, and that's really good for the city center. For like you can now access it with the car easier, because there's like the streets in the city center for cars are horrible, at least in my opinion. Buses are just never on time. Yeah, even the metro is a bit bodged, so I feel like it's louder and more shaky than it should be. Yeah, that sounds like they've cheaped out on somewhere. Yeah, the contracts skimped out. I saw them in person fuck up the job. They cut so many corners and now it's so expensive to fix it. Yep, yeah, I feel like that's the case in many public projects. There's like a set amount of money and like not enough results that you need to get from them, or then it's just like not... Like the results, you have to be there, but no one's there enforcing that they actually get done. That's so silly. Definitely more than here. I think I pay approximately about 500 to 700 a year with all the cheapest options. Yeah, the insurance and stuff would depend on the car as well, because if you're, and also on your age, because the older you are up until of course some point, I feel like the insurance is cheaper. Because if you're like just fresh with a car, like a driving license, it's gonna be more expensive than let's say where I am right now, being like 30. And you also get like bonuses for them, so the more years you have without accidents, the cheaper it gets, and then it resets if you do get into an accident. I think we might be done with Amantiin, guys. Maybe push that side one more time. I think that might be... That thing is a bit high up still there on that side, so... Actually maybe I should pull on it. Let's do that instead. So let me just pull on this side real quick. that would be the project Roadzoid. No, I'll just drive the Avant back, I guess. The city is far too wide, impossible for public transport to reach everywhere. Yeah, I feel like that's not like an uncommon thing for many cities to have as an issue. So should we have just pulled a bit on that side as well? Finding new spots to fix, guys. You can see that thing ends in like unleveled stuff. I like how there's like a bump at the very end of it. I did nothing there. Didn't even touch it there. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, that's good. Now it's evened out. It's a bit maybe like uneven, like flat-wise, but I can drive it here again to end it, so we don't have to move the camera. So there's Egun and there's Scooby as well. We have all the characters here, guys. Let's see what messages have I missed. I'll find out when I finally do my North Europe trip, can't believe it. With the pit stop at Moomin Museum, yeah, that would be something else. But yeah, the car rental was like surprisingly steep, I feel, like the price for it. I guess then there's also like the added cost for like if you don't return it where you like rented it from. That was also like extremely expensive, but it does make sense because then someone has to drive it back to where you got it from. So I guess it makes sense for it to be sort of expensive. But wasn't it like 400 euros to rent it on like the opposite side of Finland? But I can get out from here. Guess we could do like one last hydrate-ish. Hydrate-ish. The Scoopy, can't believe you're getting free Scoopy as well. But yeah, the road looks decent. At least a lot better than it was like an hour ago.
It is a road now, not
Yeah, it
like
is drivable now.
gravel dune.
Yeah, like a pile. Yeah, mayhem, guys. Oh yeah, for us under 25 is more expensive for insurance. I feel like it's the same here as well. Yeah, something like under 25 is still like considered risk group when it comes to driving. So the insurance is more expensive. BRB again, can't believe this.
Oh dear.
Can't believe Gatak just left us.
With the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
25 being
25 being the insurance prime time.
Yeah.
I'm getting messages that there's a package I have ordered.
Oh dear. Yeah, I got message that I need to remember to go and get my package.
Yeah, I feel like that's the same as here.
Yeah.
I also got like a reminder.
I was thinking maybe we could fetch it. Or actually I could fetch it like... perhaps. Well, maybe we could fetch it when we are doing the moving stuff.
Yeah, true. I'm gonna check the microphone because I'm assuming it's blinking red already. Yeah, it's blinking red, so it's running out. But I guess we might be ending here.
Yeah, it is full.
It's full already.
There are a little bit of rebar left there, but...
So we're not ending until all of them have been getting. Can't believe it's so dear. Oh dear. Let me check if there's anyone live, so don't leave us yet.
Oh,
No leaving, guys.
Only leave us soon.
Yes,
Please.
very soon, guys.
Yeah.
V is live playing Where Winds Meet, so we could go there.
There without his
Yeah,
knowledge.
Katak will be like dragged along,
Yeah.
whether they want it or not. God put up the raid for Xiu, which is Violet. So V, she's playing Where Winds Meet, which I haven't been playing for 1,000 years now. Feels like a past life almost.
Oh no, there
Diabolical.
must be some new stuff there for you to do.
There would actually be a lot to do there, but I feel like those kind of games, yeah, there's new geese there surely. But for me, I feel like games like that are, the issue is that if you drop them at any point, you're like left behind on stuff because you were supposed to like logging daily, so it's like hard to get back to them once you like go from them at any point. But yeah, next stream would be on Friday. It's gonna be the Duck Duck Challenge. It's gonna start later than we normally do.
Yeah.
So I have actually updated the Twitch schedule as well, so you can see it from there. It's gonna be diabolical. It's gonna be me, my brother, my friend Jaakko, and his wife's twin brother, Juuso, I think. So it's gonna be four guys trying to eat as much takeaway drive-through stuff as possible.
Yeah. In reality, it's Jaakko's wife.
Yeah, in a disguise.
Like in disguise.
With like a mustache roll.
Yeah, that's just drawn on mustache.
Yeah, drawn on mustache roll, guys. But as long as they eat like crazy, I don't mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all good. But yeah, thank you guys for joining, and we'll catch you on Friday then. Bye.
Boing.